Hi there. In this video, we're going to explore how to set up automation on Pabbly using the Wbiztool. These automations are incredibly helpful, especially when you want to trigger a WhatsApp message based on specific activities on your platform, such as when someone fills out a form or places an order. Whenever there's an update on your platform, you can set it up to send a WhatsApp message. Whether it's updating a Google Sheet or another trigger that suits your needs, you can configure the initial step in the Pabbly workflow accordingly. Currently, I've set the initial trigger as Google Sheet, so any changes made there will trigger a WhatsApp message via the Wbiztool. The next step involves adding the Wbiztool to the workflow. Here, you'll need to choose API Pabbly as the option since we're making a connection through the API. Next, we connect and proceed with setting the action method to post. Make sure to select Post. You can find the API endpoint URL in our documentation with Pabbly. Simply place the API endpoint URL here. The payload type for this setup is form data, and then we'll proceed to set certain parameters. The parameters include your client ID initially. These parameters indicate your WhatsApp and API, and you'll need an API key to send messages via the Wbiztool. You can locate the client ID on your API keys page. When you visit your API key page, which is also accessible under Settings, you'll find both your client ID and API key. I'll navigate back to enter the client ID value. The next parameter is the API key. Simply copy and paste these labels exactly as they are to avoid any spelling mistakes. Here, I'll copy the API key and continue adding the labels in this manner. Next is the WhatsApp client ID. In the WhatsApp settings page, which is associated with your WhatsApp phone, you'll find your WhatsApp client ID. Copy and paste your WhatsApp client ID, and I'll paste the label as well, which is your WhatsApp client. Continue adding all labels in this way, with the next one being your message type. The message type is straightforward: 0 for text-only messages, and 1 if you're attaching an image, which means it's text plus image. It's quite self-explanatory. Read through this section. The phone label represents the recipient's phone number, and you should insert a dummy value, like this example. Phone numbers should include the country code as a prefix. Let's add the country code as a separate variable. For instance, 91 is the country code for us. Moving forward, let's add the message content. Continue through these parameters, adding each one. The message is the content you'll be sending. For example, hello, this is a test message. Optionally, you can include other variables like the image URL. If you've selected message type 1, where an image is part of the message, add these parameters as well. If the type is 2, for files like PDFs or videos, choose 2 and provide the file's URL. This is how you configure the parameters. If you're including a file or image URL, use the image file to URL link feature here. Upload your images, and you'll get a direct URL. You can use our internal tool for converting images or files to URLs, but for now, we're focusing on sending a text message only. Once you save everything, you'll see the status updated to 1, indicating that the test message was successfully sent. This demonstrates how to establish a flow on Pabbly, ensuring that any update in Google Sheets triggers this flow. Thank you for watching.